Hi, this is Shelly Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNNLive On Location in Orlando, Florida, 2013. I have with me Mr. Wesley Ramjeet of Profit Planners Management. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is PPMT. Wesley, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelly. It's always a pleasure to see you.
You know, it's really good to have you. First of all, you're also the CFO of SNN Incorporated. I like to make that public. So let's get back to PPMT. Tell me and our audience about PPMT.
So PPMT is a professional service company that provides marketing, management, and CFO services to public and private companies.
That's a big statement because that's a needed service.
Yes,
so, as an example, if a company is either public or private, what would they use you to do?
So typically in a public company or a company going public, they don't have the expertise on board that would help them get through the process in a cost-effective manner, and also the connections to get out into the public market. And that's where we step in. If a company is going public, we typically would actually interview auditors that would be suitable for their companies. We would connect them with investment bankers, IR firms, and then getting them through the compliance process of the SEC.
Now, you did that for your own company, so I have to give you credit, and I'd like to let everybody know. You actually did this process.
Absolutely. So, you know, we believe in practicing what we preach. So when we were thinking of taking Profit Planners public, we figured we'd do it all ourselves. And we actually did, and it took us about 6 weeks to get through the SEC process, which is, considering all the regulatory environment we're operating in, is a pretty short amount of time. The average time with other providers is about 6 months.
Now, you've been public for a while, so it's not new to you. So the atmosphere is getting harder and harder, and there's so many other ways of raising money in today's market. But let's get back to when a CEO wants your help. What is he really looking for from you and your staff?
So typically when we get into the conversation with the CEO about our services, they have a couple of concerns. One is they know their business very well. And that's what they enjoy doing. What they don't know and what they don't understand is sort of all the regulatory things that happens with a company going through that process, and also dealing with investors, dealing with IR firms, dealing with the marketing, the branding. That's something they don't really enjoy doing, and they're not very good at it. So that's when we plug in our team to sort of take care of all those headaches.
So why would a CEO choose Profit Planners over another organization that's out there?
So our sort of niche play with these companies going public, we provide a one-stop shop service, and we don't provide a particular sort of specific service. What we provide is a solution to the problem. So if the problem today is they have an SEC issue, we'll plug in and solve that. But they might have a operational issue where they're going through a restructuring. We can plug in the solution to solve that problem. So we look at ourselves as solving problems for companies.
And you're hands-on. I know that about you. You drill down into a problem when you see it. What's your background?
So my background is I'm a CPA in New York. I spent my first 10 years at Ernst & Young in their transaction advisory service group. And then I did a couple of stints as CFO for NASDAQ and private companies. And then I started my own consulting practice about 12 years ago.
And where do you have offices now?
So we started out in New York, but we've expanded to LA, and we have 2 offices in Florida. And
what's on the calendar for the rest of 2013 and 2014? What do you think?
So 13 and 14 is going to be pretty exciting years for us, because one of the things that we're getting ready to do now is enter the organic wellness and medical market. But not so much from a professional service standpoint. We're actually going to go into that too on the commerce side. specifically starting out in the e-commerce market. And you might ask the question, why are we deviating from providing consulting services to commerce? Well, it's very simple. With our consulting connects and background, we have a lot of industry knowledge and connections. So we believe that with that as a starting point, and certain acquisitions we're looking at, we'll be very successful in the space.
Now, for those of you who want more information on PPMT, Profit Planners Management, what's the website, please?
It's www.profitplanners.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wesley Ramjeet from Profit Planners Management, publicly traded company PPMT. I'm Shelly Kraft. We're at SNNLive On Location in Orlando, Florida with Wesley Ramjeet. Thanks, Wesley, for coming on to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelly. This was fun.
You're welcome.